Okay, greetings everyone. Welcome to Gerard Black in the Philippines with the truth. I'm going to welcome you to my channel, all my subscribers, all my peaches, triggers, lovers, haters, commenters, scallywags, each and every one of you. I welcome you to my channel. Well, before I get started, I talked about a thing I wanted to do called no comment. So with no further ado, let me put this little clip in here. And if it gets monetized, it gets monetized. If it doesn't, then I know I shouldn't do these clips anymore. But anyway, let me throw this little piece of bean footage in here, and I'll be right back.
MAGA family, I was on TikTok live and a fellow Trump supporter said that all he needed was my vote. I'll never be part of the MAGA family and that I'm black. I'll never be accepted, but he just got my vote. Nah, that's crazy. Like, I love MAGA Nation. I love the MAGA family. And that breaks my heart that someone would speak to me like that right after the election, that all I was a vote. Nah, I love all you guys, and I know most of you MAGA family members are not racist, and I love you guys, and I'll keep repping MAGA Nation, Trump 2024, but that really broke my heart that some guy would say that. Extremely heartbroken.
Okay, now with that being said, my being in the entertainment business, doing a whole lot of stuff, from producing, from directing, videos. Uh, I consider myself the prince of wannabes because people will come to me and say, I want to be this, I want to be that," and I will walk through fire to help them get or to reach their potential. Which is what networking was all about. That was taught to me by Bonnie Hilton Sweeney, who was the founder of the pre-Grammy party. I spoke about a lot of times, and so I'm not going to go into a story here. I have plenty of YouTube videos speaking about her. But it's networking. It's having the uh, um, uh, having the willingness to help someone reach their next level, even at the cost of 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 of, of them surpassing you. You know, and not really wanting something for it. It's just wanting to see someone, achieve their dream and their goal. So, I was I've had my own award shows, I've had several TV shows, whether they be public access or what, I've been interviewed and written about a lot of times. Sometimes I think I need to do a Wikipedia about myself, but, oh man, forget it. That's something else I got to learn to do. But when I came here, you know, um, you know, um, and realizing that people here in the Philippines sing so much. And so, I was in my condominium once, and I think I lived on the fifth floor, and there were people walking, below my window or whatever. And I said to myself, I said, I bet if I take a pebble and throw it off of the terrace, and whoever I hit could sing. That's what I thought about, the singing ability of the Filipino people. But it just so happens that I was walking. I had a security guard who I became friends with. Uh, 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 and he was going to take me on a walk. Around. Just we're just going to walk. And so we started walking somewhere in Cebu. I don't remember where it was, or I can't remember names. And we walked and we walked around and we walked for a couple of hours. And I'm taking the sights and went to his house and I took some pictures and all that stuff and what have you. And when we were walking back, you see have these little doorways, that you can peek inside and kind of see what's going on in there. And so I passed this little shop, and this little shop had like uh, an eye grabber of a shrine of you know shiny things. And I walked past it. Wait, and I went back and took a look at it, and it turned out to be an antique store. So I stepped inside, and there were people eating on the side. You couldn't see them from the outside, but there were people eating in there or whatever. And so I talked to the woman, uh, um, who was in the shop, And so she said, "Would you like to come inside and look?" I said, "Yeah, I would love to come inside and look." So I went inside now, knowing that I would have to buy something, not to have to, but I would, I want to, whenever someone approaches me here in the Philippines who is selling something, I will buy something from them, whether it be everything or something, I would support them because they're out there trying to make money. They're not just standing there with their hands out. I walked into one of the um, Mercury Drugs. It's called Mercury Drugs, which is like CVS here. And I was walking. There was a guy sitting by the door, and he was just sitting there with with his hand out, and I said, "Oh no, Pa, it's not gonna be that easy for you." I said, "I'm not giving you a grunion. I ain't giving you nothing. If you want to, get my money, get up, open my door, do something. Let me feel that you're willing to do something for me to earn that 5 peso, 10 peso, or 20 pesos that I would give you. Just don't think because you're sitting there with your hand out that I'm just going to drop money in your hand." I said, "Shit, if money was that easy, I'll sit on the damn corner with my hand out like that." So I went in and came out, and he stood in there, and I just walked right past her because I said no. And I was talking to him. I said, "Look, he got to do something. I'm not gonna just drop money in his hand, So anyway, I was going to buy something, so I went in there, and when she took me inside, it was this big portrait of this woman. She looked so powerful. She looked so stoic. I said, "Is that Amelia Marcos?" That's the type of uh, 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 aura she was giving off as someone very important enough to do this painting of, hey, like this. And so she said, "No, no, no, that's Flora." I said, she said, "Would you like to meet her?" I said, "Would I like to meet her?" I said, "Yeah." And so I said, "Flora, someone likes to meet you." She said, "Okay." I heard this real frail voice. "Okay, I'm getting ready." And so next thing you know, she came out. I'll see if I can find a picture and put it. If I do, it'll be right here. I'm gonna look for this picture so you'll see who I'm talking about. So anyway, so we sat and we talked. I brought everybody in there a Coke or something like this, and we talked and we had a wonderful conversation. And I told her I have a magazine. At this time, I was finishing off my Las Vegas issue of SGIB magazine, which I had already changed over to Filipino Soul magazine as far as the title. So she says, my granddaughter can sing. I said, "Oh, really?" And I said, "Really?" So she said, "Yes." I said, "Well, I would love to meet her." And so, she set up the meeting, and you know, I can't remember, what was it, that day or the following day or something like that. It might have been the following day or whatever. But before I left, I bought these two gold-plated spoons, fork and spoon from. I don't know where they are now, but I bought those from her because they were pretty expensive, but I bought it from her. So anyway, so I met her granddaughter. Her granddaughter, her name was Chrissy, and she was a model, a wannabe model or whatever. And seeing her, and I said, "Wow, she's beautiful." So anyway, um, she was going to sing for me. So I said, "Okay." So she sat on the counter, and I sat in a chair, and she sung. She sung a song by Adele. I think her name is Adele, and it was beautiful. I said, "Wow, that's really nice." And her and I went out, walked around, and took pictures of her. You know, and she said, "My other sister's a dancer." I said, "Oh, really?" I said, "Well, I'd like to meet her too." So we set up a meeting for her to come and to my hotel, and she brought her mother. And her mother, first Chrissy, played music, and she danced. She showed me her dance routine, which is very nice. I mean, both of them are very, very talented. You know, and so she said, "And my mother can sing." I said, "Oh, really? Your mother can sing too?" I said, "What is this?" And so anyway, so I said, "You can sing?" I said, "Okay, let me say you sing." So when she said, "Okay," so she said. Uh, First, I was afraid. I was petrified. Thinking about your love, and you would never die. I will survive. And when she throws notes, I said, wow. I said, wow, she can sing. And so after it was over with, I of course I videotaped it, put it on video. And then someone came to me and said, Gerard, do you know who that is? I said, no, Ellen. She said, her name is Ellen Bayou. I said, okay, well, very nice. Like this. And then she took me to YouTube and she showed me her performing in a show called Showtime. It was Showtime. A lot of you out there know Showtime, and she was runner up in Showtime, and she did this performance on Showtime. I said, "Wow!" I said, "I want to work with her." So she was my end to my reigniting my wanting to get back into the entertainment business with an artist because I wanted to work with an artist. So when her and I got together, I signed into a 1 year contract to manage her, and I wanted to groom her to take her back to Las Vegas with me because in Las Vegas there were a very big Filipino culture. So that was my goal for her was to take her to Las Vegas. So in the meantime, her and I worked there. She couldn't speak much English, but so I taught her songs to sing. I taught her "Love Will Find a Way" by Lionel Richie. I had her learn "At Last," by "At Last." Are you?
At last, my love has come along. My lonely days are over. And life is like a song. Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to remember the artist's name. But that, and also, what's that song in Casablanca? A kiss is just a kiss. So I'm teaching her English songs to sing, and she's learning them, as well as her learning, some more Filipino songs. But it wasn't just about learning the songs. I also taught her how to. Maybe I'll put a clip in here, us rehearsing, and I wanted her to understand that before you sing another artist's song, you have to first give homage to the artist who song you're singing. Some background material about the artist, the music and what have you. Just like with what's his name, the one who did OPM. I think it's OPM. I can't remember his name. Al. I can't remember his name. The one who started it, and he was one of the most popular singers at that time. And he come from such a big family. The only place he could write music was in a graveyard. So he would go to a graveyard and write songs and practice. So anyway, I did some nice, elegant stuff with her. We did a lot of videos, and what have you, and as far as her performing. So, but I wanted her also teaching her how to speak, in English. And so we started going on a lot of hotels, a lot of places where they had live music, and we would go in there, and I would talk to them and say, "Look, I have an artist here. She was a Daily Showtime winner. I think in 2016, Daily Showtime winner." And she liked to do a song, and so of course the band was, yes, yes, we would love to have her do a song, And so and I had she was my representative. She said, she was my name is Ellen Bayou. I'm representative for Filipino Soul magazine, and in 2016, Daily Showtime winner, and I'm going to do a song by such and such an artist and what have you, and that was the intros that we would do. Now we were looking for a place that we could probably book her in, but the thing is about in the Philippines, you have bands who play in these gigs and they've been playing there for years. I mean, they ain't going nowhere. I mean, when they got a gig, they stay on it. Which is kind of understanding. That's why people get on these jobs and they're not going nowhere, man. It's not like for 6 months we're going to be booking this group and then we change over whatever. No, it's just a lot easier just to have the same band, playing whatever. So we did a number of things. We traveled up and down, and then I started doing schools with her. We started going to schools where I would go in as a motivational speaker. I would talk to them about following their dreams and their goals. I would give them uh, um, um, my own experiences, in life, drugs, prison, all that stuff, and everyone's going to make mistakes and all this stuff. And I would have an interpreter who would interpret what I was saying at the same time. So some of you may have seen some of the clips are maybe posted on there. But anyway, it was going good. I mean, she ultimately, she moved in with me with the daughter. Her daughter's this were in Cebu, and I'm in Cebu too. So yeah, so she stayed with me for a while, and and it was nice that we had a nice working relationship. And it didn't last as long as I wanted to because at the time I had a Filipino girlfriend, and she became very jealous of my working so much with Ellen. And it was like one of these things, and then those two were going at it, and they were saying some horrible things on the internet or whatever, on Messenger or whatever, and it got to the point where is that you know the environment came too toxic for Ellen to work in. So as a result, we dissolved the contract, and I wasn't able to. And then of course, pandemic came and all that stuff like that. But I in separating from both of them, I gave them each 5,000 pesos a month for 1 year, so that's where we get the year together. And I'm still in communication with them. And I'm gonna see if I can put something in. I know I'm running out of time. I'll see if I can put a little snippet of all three of them. Some of their talent. All right. So thanks for watching, Gerard. Black in the Philippines with the truth. Remember, dreams are nothing more than plans awaiting action. Never disrespect the elder. Always pull someone up. And sometimes you're the only one to see your vision, baby. And the best vision in life is to live good. I'm living good today. I hope you are too. And if you're lucky enough to have a woman like Ali Woodson, former lead singing the Temptation one song, treat her like a lady. And ladies, if you're lucky enough to have a good man like me, make him feel like a king and never say no. I want to thank those of you who come on to my Sunday morning classics as time goes by. So there's music every Saturday. Every Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Filipino time and 7 p.m. New York time. The rest of the time, you figure it out where it is. But it was on Quincy Jones, so it was a very nice show. So if you get a chance, or if you want to know more about the Q, check it out. All right. So I love you like a love song, baby. I'll talk to you later. Peace.